Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys, it's another John Wick movie review. Today we're tackling John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. Now, this is going to be kind of a no-brainer because, look, it's going to come right out. This is the best one, all right? I effing loved it. I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to lie and say it's bad? Of course it's not effing bad. It's a great movie. Now, we're going to get into the specifics of that, but, look, it almost feels kind of tiresome to review a movie and be like, yeah, I loved it, or, yeah, it was great, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I freaking like this movie, you know what I mean? It's the best one yet. And, John Wick Chapter 4 is coming out next year, apparently. John Wick 5 is confirmed, so this franchise is nothing but going up. And thank God, because this movie has so many holy shit moments. It's like if I was eating popcorn, I'd drop the popcorn on the ground half the time. It's like up there with Avengers Endgame, Infinity War, The Rise of Skywalker. All of those movies. Zack Snyder Justice League. There's so many. Those big movies with huge payoffs. This movie shouldn't have that feel because it's the third movie. John Wick's a great franchise, but it is not Marvel. It's not DC. It's not Star Wars. But this movie pulls it off through good writing, good action, good storytelling, good everything, really. I mean, I'm really struggling to think of a negative. John Wick 1 was really good. However, it was kind of weak in the story department. John Wick 2 was really good. I didn't have that many issues with it. And then this one it takes what is so good about 1 and 2 and it amplifies it to a million. It's just that freaking good. And I heard my one family member was like, oh, this movie it's just straight action the whole way through. The whole movie's just action. And I'm like, okay, I don't have a problem with that, whatever. Now, let me just clear the room. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you're listening to this, but it is not action. This is the most action-packed of the three movies, but it is quite literally in a physical, literal sense, and not action. If it was, there'd be no talking scenes. There's a lot of downtime. It's not boring. Everything, the script is one of probably, I mean, I don't want to say it's one of the best scripts I've ever heard in a movie, but it's up there. I mean, it's a really good script. They're able to create tension with just simply directing skill and just simply editing and the choreography and the sound effects and all these different things. So yeah, I think this is the best one. Like I said, so going into the action, like I said, it's not 100% straight action, but this does have the most action in any of the three films, and it's effing great. I mean, the choreography is insane. The editing style they choose. My favorite action movie is Kingsman 1 and 2. I love the stylization. I love the intensity of those fights. The church scene from Kingsman 1, the black cab fight from Kingsman 2, Poppy Land, all that stuff. But this one is more, I don't want to say realistic because it's not, but it's filmed and shot and framed in a more realistic manner where you're going to look at it and you're going to go, oh, okay, it's not Kingsman where it's ultra shutter and it's ultra stylized and, it's got that really funny, fun vibe. There are funny moments in this film, and this is probably the most funny of the three. It's not a comedy, but there's subtle little things in there. I think that the people that make these movies really understand when to hold back on jokes and when to push forward on them, which is really nice. They're not just straight quipping. John's not going yeah the whole time, but he's got that. Funny little moments. Like when he's fighting the dudes in the beginning, like the Asian dudes, and they're throwing the knives. They kind of look at each other like, "What now?" And then the one guy looks back, and then he looks back, and then they both break the glass. It's funny little, subtle, nuanced things like that, where it kind of makes you, you're not gonna go ha, you're not gonna laugh like an idiot, but you're gonna go, huh, or you're gonna smirk, or it's just little stuff like that, but it works. So yeah, the action was great. Halle Berry's a great addition. I was kind of a little bit underwhelmed with her. I wish she was kind of in it more. She kind of just pisses off and doesn't return at all. I really thought she was going to come back in the Continental and just kind of help the guys fight, but that didn't happen. Maybe she'll be back for 4 or 5. Who knows? She's good. I don't. Catwoman is one of my least favorite films. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. There's no doubt about that. But Halle Berry, I mean, she's in Kingsman. She's in, this. She's fine, besides Catwoman. She's pretty much fine. I don't really hate her in a lot of things. I don't really know her in a lot of things either. She's just she's in X-Men, and she's in this, and she's in Kingsman, whatever. So she's fine. Nothing too crazy there. But those dogs, man, those freaking dogs. I don't know they weren't CGI. They must have been trained dogs, but holy crap. Just for them to... it's good dog acting, hell, give the Oscar to the dogs, they deserved it more than the actors. But that was cool to see, it was, I think, that kind of like market fight almost, where they go see the guy in charge of the high table. Uh, that whole action scene in the dark, kind of when they go to Casablanca or whatever. It's well shot. It kind of made me feel like I was playing a video game. The way the camera's zipping in and out of corridors and walls, and it's very much. It's not Kingsman, but the action in this film is very intense, and it's very it sucks you in. It's just it kind of demands your attention. And a lot of action movies do that, but some don't. And this one really captivated at least me. I love action movies, and this one was. I mean, it's up there. It's one of my favorite action movies. I mean, it blows 1 and 2 out of the freaking water, man. And 1 and 2 have great action scenes. And in terms of the story, of course, this picks up right after John Wick 2 ends, where he's excommunicado or excommunicated from the high table. And he's kind of running around doing his own shtick, and then all of a sudden, he gets pretty effed up. Dude, John Wick is a badass, right? But let's be honest here. His only weaknesses are getting hit by trucks and cars and getting kicked into glass. Because, 90 freaking minutes. There's literally a shot where they kick him into glass, 6 or 7 times. And I'm like, dude. We gotta, next time he fights someone, we just gotta go somewhere, go in the middle of a field where there's no cars and there's no glass, because then he'll win. Easy, But you get cars and glass, he's effed. But, I think it's good to show that he's he's badass, he's the Baba Yaga, whatever, but, he's not invincible. He's not a video game character, a Call of Duty character where you get riddled with bullets a million times and you're good. You wait 2 seconds and you heal. This one, he gets effed up a lot, as in the previous two, but, he gets kicked and punched and shot and stabbed and whatever. And literally by the end, he's pretty jacked up. He's literally with the bureau guy, Lawrence Fishburne, freaking Perry White, and he's like, you pissed off, John? He's like, hell yeah, I am, brother. So they kind of do that thing, and they set up John Wick 4. And I know the director's like, oh, it's you can take it, it might be the end. But look, you're not going to end off a trilogy on this kind of an ending. No one would freaking like that, So of course they're making a 4th. I heard they're making the 5th. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But the way this movie ends, it does not end. It kind of John's in the same freaking place as he was in 2. He's still excommunicated. He's still running. So I think it's really cool to kind of have that aspect of the story. It's literally picks off right after 2. There's no time skip. It's not like they changed the plot. It's the same exact plot, which I really like. Kind of like Hobbit 2 to Hobbit 3, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, that kind of thing. Infinity War, Endgame, although that was a bit of time, but I enjoyed it. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? It's the best one. There's a lot of action, but when there is downtime and characters are talking, it's not just get back to the fighting. It's not like when I got into this franchise. Before I even watched these movies, I was again under the impression that, they're really cool action scenes and that's it. It's like that's it. But the story in 1, story in 2 and 3, pretty much very good. I really enjoyed them. It really captivated me. And again, I normally don't feel this way. With Pirates of the Caribbean, Star Wars, DC, Marvel, Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Jurassic, all those movies, right? I care about those characters in that franchise, but this one really made me care. When they're fighting in the Continental, I mean, it was like the Endgame fight, or the fight on Exegol, it had that same level of intensity and, epic scale, and it's in a freaking hotel with, 5 guys and a dog, you know what I mean? How do you do that, So it really is good storytelling, good writing, good directing, good editing, good choreography, good everything. As far as negatives, I think, again, Halle Berry should have really returned for some part of the thing. It's not really a negative, it's more of a wish list. But, I mean, really, I think the jokes landed for the most part. I think that CGI was good. Maybe there's 1 or 2 CGI moments that are a little bit wonky, like the streets, or where he's in the taxi in the beginning. There's a freaking million taxis. You can tell that's fake. So there's a few things here or there that are kind of taking me out of it. But other than that, the action was awesome. The story was awesome. The acting's pretty much great. Keanu Reeves, like I said, he's more or less just he doesn't really emote too much. He kind of emoted a little bit in the first one, but this 2 and 3 is just kind of like, yeah, I need guns. Winston. Good boy. Sit. Stay. That's all he does. It's like 2 freaking words a sentence. But, I mean, maybe that's the point. I don't know. I've never seen Sponge Out of Water. I've never seen Matrix. So I don't, maybe he does that in every movie. Or maybe they wanted that for, this specific franchise. I don't really know. I don't really care. But, it's not bad. It's just kind of there. But, yeah, I mean, guys, look, what do you want me to do? Okay, I freaking loved it. I love this movie. John Wick Chapter 3 is probably one of my favorite action movies ever. And I've seen a lot of action movies. Really, and I'm not throwing the word best around lightly. I mean, this is a very well-made film. it blows 1 and 2 out of the water, and I can't wait to see what happens with 4. There are practically no negatives except for maybe 1 or 2 of the CGI scenes. So I'm going to give John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum an A. Again, I don't give movies high scores because I'm biased. I give movies high scores because they're well-made movies. Plain and simple. If this movie's shit, I'm going to tell you straight and forward it's garbage. But it's very well made. It's very well made, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future. This franchise, it's like when I played Dying Light, the video game, or Assassin's Creed Valhalla, right? I played those games thinking, yeah, it's going to be all right, and I love Dying Light, and I love Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They're one of my favorite 2 games of all time. It really surprised me and shocked me, and this franchise is the same thing. Now, I'm really excited to see what Chapter 4 and 5 are, so if you have any thoughts on what 4 and 5 could be, or what your thoughts on John Wick 1, 2, and 3 are, make sure to tell me in the comments. We'll have a little bit of a discussion. And, yeah, again, I loved it. I really did. There are movies that I have seen that I hate. Again, I don't want to give the impression that every movie I see is, oh, it's great, or it's good, or it's pretty great. I've seen horrible movies, all right? Trust me. I've given movies Fs before. Maybe not on this channel, but, if you want me to suffer, I have a few ideas. But I do think that, I have a few movies. So, again, hey, why not? That'd be fun. If you want me to review some of the worst movies I've ever seen that I actually still own, make sure to tell me. Maybe I'll get on that. It'll be kind of funny. But again, like I said, I don't just throw out good grades because I do. I really enjoy movies that I see, and I really hate movies that I see. It just depends. And I happen to enjoy John Wick 1, 2, 3, especially 3. They're really great. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Again, hopefully you also enjoy the Ghost Recon Wildlands gameplay in the background. And again, tell me what you think about the John Wick franchise. And do you want me to suffer? Because I'll do it, for views. And, maybe I'll come around on these certain movies. I'm not going to tell you what the movies are. But if you want me to review what I think that I still own, are some of the worst movies I've ever seen, tell me in the comments. That'd be a pretty fun video idea. So again, thank you guys for watching me review John Wick 1, 2, 3. I really freaking loved them. It came out of nowhere, and I can't wait for this future franchise. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.